Hey everybody, welcome to the garden. I hope you're having a great day. Shout out to the lemon and lime lovers and everybody in between. It's time for the crypto market recap. Let's hop into these charts, see what the story is and what it may be. And remember, if you're interested in any of the services I provide, please check the links in the description below for both the Patreon and Discord. Okay, well, take a look at this. Bitcoin is showing life. So we're of course going to go over Bitcoin. We're also going to go over Avalanche, Ethereum, Solana, and Link as we are currently long these positions. And if you're in the group, if you're in the Discord, then you saw we ended up closing the Cardano long and great profit. So we'll go over that as well. So let's start with Bitcoin and take a look at what's happening. Okay, so look at Bitcoin. As expected, as the probabilities were leaning towards, we had a nice break up higher, and actually we even made it past this small little pivot over here at 31,200, and so far we've had a closure above it. And I do like this daily candle, bit of a rest day, but a nice rest day, a nice little doji here, where this could lead to a bullish consolidation, which is what I'm hoping for. A nice little bull flag possibly forming here, holding this pivot level here as support, and then we may get that blast up higher to my first target at 33k and 34k, so that general zone. That is the ideal structure I want to see, and I do believe that's the most likely outcome, as I've been saying for the past couple weeks. And once we get to this blue line, we'll have to watch price action, see what's going on. But again, I am leaning towards more bullish consolidation, either below or above this line, and then a breakage going towards 35,000 and maybe even all the way up to 37, 38, 39, and even 40,000 if it gets towards this orange line. Okay, once it gets towards this orange line or very close to it at these levels here, then look for major reversals down. Okay, so that's the pathway I've been mapping out since we've really started showing signs of this bullish wedge forming. And now that we've had the breakout, going towards the first target, we're currently making our way to making this pathway the reality. So we're just going to have to be patient, we have to watch, be vigilant, and then we'll take our profits as we go higher. As I've said, I'm looking to take partial profits at 33k to 34k, and then if it should break higher, I'll take another probably take more profit off at around 35 to 36,000, and then 37, 38, and maybe even 39,000. I do want to be out of the Bitcoin position if it starts encroaching on 40,000, because I want to be ready to pull the trigger on starting a short position. All right, so if you're in the Bitcoin trade with me, congratulations. We are in the money pretty comfortably right now. So hopefully we can see a nice bullish consolidation or more upswings in the next coming day here, or possibly we may get another drop down, but you have to keep that in mind, back down to 30,000 again. Okay, and if that happens, then it's probably likely we're going to go into a much longer consolidation and kind of use this blue line here as your hint, right? So if we're going to fall again into the 30,000 mark, going down to 28,000, then what are we likely in? We're probably in a much larger consolidation. What does that look like? A nice wedge pattern. Okay, doesn't mean it's going to break bullish, but again, just like this smaller wedge pattern, the probabilities mean it's likely to. Okay, so just would be a longer path, but in the end, it will get to the same places we've been eyeing the entire time. But if that should be forming, I will probably be looking to close out the Bitcoin position, depending on the price action. It just depends. If it's going to really take this long, it'd probably be best just to close out either at a small win or a small loss and just be on the sidelines waiting for a better entry point. Okay, but so far so good. All right, so let's take a quick look at Avalanche. So Avalanche, kind of I will say, underperforming compared to Bitcoin, of course, really stunted, but not too surprising considering a few things. One, Avalanche was really exposed to the whole Terra Luna fiasco. A lot of people who held Terra Luna held Avalanche, and Avalanche had some, exposure in that. I believe the fund or the DAO that Terra Luna was, backing their stablecoin with also had a lot of Avalanche, so I'm sure they've had to liquidate and continue to liquidate a lot of those positions. So there's a bit more pressure on Avalanche compared to other coins. So it's had a bit of a rise, but definitely stunted compared to Bitcoin and other altcoins. But again, still the structure is overall bullish. So if Bitcoin can have another impulse higher, let's say it does make that bull flag and pushes higher towards that blue line, maybe even breaching it, then what are we going to see? We're probably going to see Avalanche make that move towards at least $40 to maybe even $50. Okay, so we just have to be patient with this one. We have to be wary as well. If it starts breaking lower, then be ready, because we are going to have add-ons. All right, and us taking profit off Cardano means that we have a lot less exposure, a lot less risk overall to crypto, which means we have more dry powder on the sidelines to better our position in Avalanche potentially. Okay, we just have to wait and see how this goes. But so far, so good. Okay. All right, Avalanche, we're done. Let's take a quick look at Ethereum. Ethereum had a nice pop today too. We're slightly in the red with Ethereum as well. Not too much, not as much as like Avalanche, for example. But again, it looks like it's starting that breakage. Okay, but unlike Bitcoin, it has not gotten past its little pivot here. It's a little short-term pivot at like 2054 to 2087. So it does have a little bit more work to do compared to Bitcoin, but like I've said in the past, if Bitcoin has the bullish impulse, then most, if not all, these altcoins will find the gusto to get through. All right, Ethereum pretty much went through our path as we mapped it out like months and months ago. Didn't have that bounce higher towards 2300 as I expected before it came down. It just pretty much came straight down and then held above the 1800 to 1750 support zone here. And now, we're going to see if we can get that gusto to get past these short-term pivots back to 2300, which is where I ultimately see this. That's what I'm targeting my exit on. Possibly 2200 if I get really wary that the price action won't get there. But my targets have not changed. You'll see a lot of people are wishy-washy with the charts. They'll show you every direction and won't give their own opinions on which direction's most likely. You'll hear me give every direction. I'll show you every optimal pathway I can see, but I'll always give you my opinion or whatever position I'm in, right? So I'm calling for it to go higher like I have been, probably to 2300, maybe higher, okay? Maybe higher towards 2800 if Bitcoin has that bullish impulse going towards the 37,000s to 38,000s. We really can see an extended move higher, guys, all right? I want you to be prepared for that. We can really see a nice big move up going into the summer. However, what that's going to cause, it's going to cause a lot of people to think, well, we've bottomed out, we're going to go into a bull market. It's extremely unlikely, guys, okay? The macro structure of Bitcoin is extremely unlikely to be going into a new bull market that we bottomed out now. We're likely going to see a very significant bullish rally in a bear market, but we'll probably go lower as we get to those major target levels like 37, 38, 39, 40,000, okay, and Ethereum included. Look where the structure is here, right? So if we have a nice blast off in Bitcoin, we can expect 2,800 and 3,000 are going to be major levels to really see the reversal in the continuation of the macro trend to the downside. All right, so let's go to Solana again. Still long Ethereum, and we'll take our money as we get closer towards 2300. Solana, again, very similar to Avalanche, very stunted, really respecting this descending resistance. And, again, painting its own wedge pattern, I would say. Okay, so what we can see if Solana is going to have, more downside, maybe another drop towards $40 to $38. I find that a little unlikely if Bitcoin starts moving up within today's daily candle or tomorrow's daily candle when it prints. But if Bitcoin does go into a bullish consolidation over the next couple of days, then I can see Solana come lower to kind of solidify this bullish wedge pattern and possibly break out higher. Okay, and if it breaks out higher, look for a big move on Solana. I think it's going to be one of the best movers we got, $60 all the way up to $75 to $80. I mean, a beautiful move I think is coming for Solana. But again, very similar to Avalanche, also exposed to the whole Terra Luna fiasco as well. I believe they also had quite a bit of Solana in their DAO to be liquidated as well. So again, this is why we're seeing a lot of pressure on certain altcoins like Avalanche and Solana. But I'm still very bullish on it. I'm even thinking about if it does come lower to $38, I'm thinking about adding on, to be honest. We are in the red with Solana currently, but we're in a comfortable position, and we do have our levels should it break lower to add on. And then if it should go higher, we have our levels, right? So we have 60 bucks is where I'm leaning towards, at least taking. I'm leaning towards closing the entire position there. But if I'm pretty confident, or at least if I've closed out other positions like Ethereum and Link, I may leave it open to possibly get towards 75 to 80 bucks. Be a massive mover, massive mover. And speaking of Link, let's go to Link. Link, we're well in the money with Link right now. I believe we're almost like 12% in profit, maybe a little bit more. Looking great. I mean, looking absolutely fabulous. Broke this little short-term resistance down here, and it's just looking fabulous to break through. If it can get through $7.90, $8, somewhere around there, I think we're going to see a big move going towards $9 to $10. Beautiful move. I mean, we're probably going to get another 20 to 30% off of Link. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing, and like Bitcoin, its wedge pattern was really crisp, really clean, and I'm really happy with how it looks. So I am seeing a nice bullish impulse going higher, at least towards $8, but I'm more confident that we'll see towards $9 at the least. Okay. And I haven't decided whether I'm going to close out at $8. It's tempting just because where we got in, that's going to be probably around 20% ish, around there ish. But if I feel confident with Bitcoin's price action, I may just try and let it go till $9. I'm a lot more liberal on this now because of what happened with Cardano today, which we'll go over right now. So let's take a look at Cardano. One sec. All right. Oh, I accidentally left this on. All right. Well, here we are. So this was our original position guide at 52 cents. So if you were, if you're not a member, you're a free member, you didn't see this. I often don't show this, but if you're a Patreon member, then So yeah, we got in 52 cents. We were able to sell out around 65, 66 cents, 67 cents, around there. Banking in about 27%, almost 28%. Beautiful trade. And again, it was very clean. The wedge pattern was very clean. Saw it coming pretty quickly. It's one of the reasons why out of all the news of bearish news, all these different sort of opinions from different traders on all these different social networks, everyone was calling for doom and gloom. I did not see it. To me, it all looked like this was bullish consolidation, and it was a great opportunity to start positioning yourself for a really profitable long. And so far, it's played out, at least on Cardano. We had a nice move, and I was definitely tempted to close at 60 cents. But once I saw that this daily candle closed pretty much wickless almost, and then this opened up so powerful, I was like, all right, let's see if we can get towards 64 cents. And then before I knew it, it was already at towards 66 cents. I was able to get out around that point. So congrats if you're in the trade with me so far. The next stop I see it getting to. Okay, so if we have another bullish impulse in Bitcoin, don't be surprised if you see it get towards 75 cents. Okay, that would not be surprising. It would be somewhat tempting to open short here. Depending on Bitcoin, I might even start a short position there. But honestly, I would love to get as close to $1 to open a short on Cardano as possible. I'm also eyeing this trend line here, so pulling this trend line here. So as we can see, right, Cardano's attempting to break this, really short-term descending trend line here, and it probably will. Okay, if Bitcoin has that bullish impulse like I'm seeing. If that should happen, reason why I'm eyeing this level is if it breaks through, then I do have a pretty nice structure for it to come back down towards. Okay, as you can see, Cardano really likes to come back towards these descending trend lines, and I would not be surprised if Cardano has a nice close today above this trend line. Bitcoin goes into a bullish consolidation like that bull flag we were looking at, and then Cardano slowly comes down into it. It might be another level to add on to open another long, depending on how the price action looks. If it shows another descending pattern, like a nice bull flag forming, and we have another week or so of that, maybe I would go long, possibly. If it could hold this pivot at 60 cents, I would definitely start getting pretty intrigued to go long again, and then targeting 75 cents. But again, it's not confirmed. Nothing's really set in stone. We just have to see how the price action develops. As of right now, I'm looking to stay out of it. I'm more looking towards closing out these other positions as they go into profit, especially Link. Okay. And I think, do I want to go over anything else? We'll take a quick look at XRP, see if anything's happening here. XRP, yep, again, very similar to how Bitcoin's performing. Percentage-wise, not as much technically, but, it has that nice wedge pattern, and now we're seeing it break through, and now we'll see if it can actually get the gumption to break through this short-term pivot at 45 cents. If it can, then you're probably going to see XRP back to 50 cents fairly quickly, okay? And then, Bitcoin has those, that impulse higher going towards 40,000, you'll see XRP back in this red box and maybe even beyond towards 70 cents again. All right. Anything else? I think that's about it. I'm not really interested in going over anything else. Nothing much has changed. So, if you're along with me in these coins, so far so good. We're red in some, well in the green in others, and we just have to be patient, and we have to stick with the plan, right? So that's why sticking with the plan and not getting shaken out before there's any evidence to get shaken out has happened is the right way to go. Okay, there's always a time to exit your trades in a loss or in a win prematurely. As you know, if you've been following my my trades on the Discord, I always have a target or a stop loss, and I rarely, if ever, recognize them. I rarely wait for price to get to my targets, and I rarely, if ever, get stopped out because of my risk strategy. So you just have to observe the price action and be fluid with it. And if the structure's telling you to get in or get out, you should respect it. Okay. All right. So I think that's all I want to go over. Yeah. All right, everyone. I hope you had a great holiday weekend, and let's hope that we continually have a very profitable week as we did today. And make sure if you have any questions in regards to the markets, whether it's crypto or stocks, ask it in the Discord. There's plenty of helpful people in the Discord that will answer your questions. And if you want me to answer a question, just don't forget to ping me. I'm not always looking at the Discord, so make sure to get my attention that way. And you can always DM me in case you have any other questions that you want to keep personal. And remember, if you are interested in learning how I do this, I do offer a tutoring service. Just check out the Patreon if you want more details on that. I can safely say that they're extremely valuable. I find my strategy is easily learned and easily put into practice, and you should see within a session or two a very tangible difference in your trading, especially in your mindset. Okay, it's not the end of the journey. I can't promise you it'll be the end of the journey, but I can promise you it'll be the start of becoming consistently profitable. Okay, I'm not special, and what I'm teaching is not proprietary. It's just simple tools that people often ignore because it's too simple. All right. Okay, everyone, remember, be patient, be vigilant, and be nimble. Take care, guys. Love ya. Bye.